Welcome to the Real Estate 401k Show. Here are your hosts, Ryan Gertis, Mike Weinstein, and Justin Frederick, helping you build a legacy of wealth through real estate. Powered by the Recon Group at West USA and the Frederick team with Fairway Mortgage. NMLS number 625918.
All right, dude. You've been letting me down, been letting the team down, been letting all of our podcast listeners down. We're hoping that you can magically get involved and drop the rates.
Oh yeah.
So we're putting that on you.
I feel like everybody's putting that on me, and that's not the funnest position to be in.
So I personally think that rates haven't dropped, and where I'm getting at is because you're going to want to listen to this amazing stat in a couple minutes of what's going to happen when rates do drop. But I think a lot of us thought rates were going to have dropped by now, and we haven't really seen it. What are some of those contributing factors as to why?
Well, the jobs reports coming out, they're coming out much better than what they should be, what we're expecting. Now, part of that is hidden factors within the jobs report. They're saying there's multiple jobs being released in multiple states because what we learned through COVID was people could work remotely. So these employers are sending them these job opportunities out through multiple states. So it's counting as multiple jobs available. Also, they've said that they've put different descriptions of employment on these single job descriptions or single jobs. So there's, let's just say, 3 different job descriptions going out for the single job, trying to find specific type of people to work in these jobs. So there's multiple jobs going out for an individual job opening.
All right, if you're interested in learning more about interest rates or talking and speaking to a real estate wealth manager, all you got to do is, how about text the word RATE to 623-AZ-RECON. That's RATE to 623-AZ-RECON. It's funny that you mentioned that's one of the things, one of the byproducts of COVID is we learned that everybody can work remote. Now, fast forward a couple of years, you know what we learned? We learned the reason why we never let people work remote.
100%.
There's a lot of companies that wish that they could pull that back. Right?
I stopped that real quick on my side.
All right, so they are expecting and they are predicting, or what they're saying, I should say, that if interest rates do drop by an entire point, let's say we wake up next week and interest rates have dropped by an entire point, that there's about 500,000 American buyers out there that they are qualified and able to go, and they are going to enter the game. Now, let's just say a small fraction of those, 10,000 of them, represent the Phoenix metropolitan area. But no matter where you're listening from, and no matter where you live, you just have to think in terms of what happens. And we've been saying it for weeks and weeks and weeks. Get in the game. Take the high interest rate, get the better deal on the house, and then refinance when rates drop. So instead of telling people that, I'm just going to pose a question. So when I woke up this morning, there was approximately 8,700 available homes. And I normally do single-family homes, Justin.
Yeah.
I looked at everything available.
That was 8,600, everything available?
Armless.
Wow.
That was in Maricopa County. You might hear, oh, well, there's 12,000 or 13,000. I'm only looking at Maricopa County. So 8,700 homes.
8,700.
Okay. Did I say 87,000?
No, you said 87. I thought you said 8,600, but you said 8,700.
Ish.
So
just
give
or take.
That's a low number.
And interest rates drop by a point, and let's say we have 10,000 of those 500,000 buyers representing here in the Phoenix area. I dare ask our listeners, what is going to happen to the market? What is going to happen to your chances to get today's prices?
Well, I'm going to tell you right now, I completely agree with that, and here's a couple reasons why. One is we have so many first-time home buyers that are just at that, let's just say 330, 340 range based on their debt to income ratios at the current interest rates, that if the rates drop a full percent, we're talking about their pre-qualifications lifting up to 420, 430. that's going to be a big difference right there. That's going to put them in a market for more of these homes. And then the other thing that's going to happen when these rates drop is you're going to see more first-time home buyers come out of the woodworks because of down payment assistance programs. You're going to start seeing more premium pricing coming back, meaning these down payment assistance programs are going to give more offerings to these clients. So they're going to be able to get in the game. And then, not to mention, all those people that are just holding back because of what the rate is, what their cost is, and it's just a little bit off when we're talking to these clients. They're like, man, if let's just say they have a $3,000 payment based on their pre-qualification today, like if we could get this down to $2,700, they would move forward.
All right, if you'd like to learn more and take a look at rates, take a look at what you qualify for, and learn more, not just the rate and not just getting a loan, but really building that strategy to building wealth in real estate, all you got to do is text the word RATE to 623-AZ-RECON. That's RATE to 623-AZ-RECON. So I'm no math major, and obviously I'm no English major either. I can't read anything when we talk about that. I majored in PE, so give me a break, all right? So let's just set everybody.
You don't have to do either one of those in PE.
No, you don't. I could count laps, right? Okay, so we always talk about the rate is just one of the numbers, and I'm so caught up in the rate, and I'm waiting for it to drop by 1% to jump in the game. Is it worth now, is that percentage rate, which you could refinance down the road, is it worth paying $15,000, $20,000 more? Because not only are home prices going to go up, there's going to be that competition again. There's going to be multiple offers. You're going to be having to outbid people. Right now, sellers are providing concessions. Those are going to be off the table. And for those of you that are FHA buyers,
or down payment assistance or VA buyers,
sellers aren't going to be interested in FHA buyers when it comes down to this point, just like they weren't 12 to 18 months ago. There's so much at stake, and that's why I implore our listeners and our followers, the rate is just one number. Now, we're not saying get in an adjustable rate, but I'm just going to call it an adjustable rate because when rates drop, we're going to refinance and we're going to adjust it down.
And the other part about it is all these companies have come together, and I'm not talking just like Fairway or Rocket Mortgage, or there's multiple companies out there right now have the buy now, refinance later program where you're buying now with your standard cost, but then you're refinancing with no lender or appraisal fees. I couldn't tell you the number of companies, but I feel like it's the majority of the companies out there have this product. And it doesn't matter if it's a primary home, a secondary home, or an investment property. You're going to have this option in order to obtain that lower rate. It's protection for them and it's protection for you.
All right, it is. It's the best word of the day. It's all about options. If you are frozen in time and not considering looking at real estate acquisition or buying a home because of the rate, you're really costing yourself some serious opportunity, and you're leaving money on the table. And all we ask is just to give us that opportunity to have this conversation with you, to have that strategy conversation with you. It's absolutely free of charge. To get that going, all you got to do is text the word RATE to 623-AZ-RECON. That's RATE to 623-AZ-RECON.
Thank you for joining us on the Real Estate 401k Show. If you want more information on how to build wealth, click on the link or text us at 623-297-3266. That's 623-AZ-RECON.